Welcome everybody to the Arizona Cardinals Madden 19 Rebuild franchise, where currently our Cardinals are 3-4, not having a very good season, and we're likely gonna make some moves today. I think we have to trade away some of our veterans ahead of the deadline, and you know what, I hadn't thought about this. Joey Bosa's 29, he's potentially tradable, but he's also a cornerstone player, and he's gonna be good for a long time. He's probably also under contract for a while. If he was about to expire after this year, he'd be an obvious player to maybe trade, but he'll have another year. That's not much time. It's interesting to consider anyway, but I do plan on making a couple deals today. I think that Desmond Trufant is likely to be traded along with Justin Houston. Those veteran signings have not been enough to push us over the edge this season, as the Cardinals don't appear to be a playoff caliber team. I'm not counting on it. We're third in our division. We're not going to win it probably with the Rams in front of us. And we're still having some inconsistencies at the quarterback position. It's a contract year, of course, for Lester Phelps. He is due an upgrade probably after another week or so, and he'll get a little bit better. But with Phelps being the number 27 ranked quarterback, it's hard to want to give him a big deal right now considering how he's played, and this is a what have you done for me lately sport. So obviously the Super Bowl was nice, but we're a little bit removed from that now. We have not had success this year or the year prior, so it might be time to think about the future going a different route. Still though, I will not be trading Lester Phelps today, and that's because I can always tag him, I can always sign him later for a pretty cheap deal, and he's gonna hold pretty much the same trade value. It's just if I trade him now, I can't see what unfolds. I can't see what type of quarterback I could draft, and if I draft somebody good, then obviously we could always tag and trade Phelps. I can't know how everything unfolds if I deal him right now, and I still want him to play out this year, and I want to see if he can make any kinds of improvements. But overall, with this being a strong quarterback class and us maybe picking pretty high, we could be in position to draft another better quarterback. We do have a couple upgrades though. Jalen Gram, another starting edge rusher. He's 26 years old, very solid player. Good power moves, we should probably work on that. It's not so strong that he's going to lean on that his whole career. You want to get these ratings into the higher 80s or 90s so that when they're regressing, they can still have a trait to lean on. Otherwise, as soon as they hit 29, their effectiveness goes off a cliff. And rookie center, Devin Brasil. He is currently the number 15 ranked center, so we were able to draft an average starting center. Brasil needs both power and finesse upgrades. He has strength that's going to carry him for his entire career. The impact blocking is really good. I think the ceiling is really sky high with Brasil. So today we're going to go with some power, I think. I think that's pretty useful. Actually, agile, scheme fit's more important, I'd say, right now. So we'll work on that. Both need the work anyway. So let's look at possible trades now. Desmond Trufant at 33 years old can still help out somebody, but I want him to help out a better team, preferably in another conference. Let's go Bengals. Top need there is cornerback. So we get a second round pick then for Desmond Trufant. Not bad. We can get a pretty high selection then to help us continue to build up this young core, and Trufant gets to play for the Bengals now. And then there's Justin Houston. Let's trade him. I thought it'd be fun to trade him back to Kansas City, but the Chiefs have low interest in a player that's been pretty important to their franchise. Oh wow, we even got a 2 for Justin Houston. I wasn't expecting that to actually work. So a couple extra picks for us as we send off a couple veterans. Got some extra draft capital now that's possible for trade-ups. And here's how things sit at the moment. I'm not sure there were any other veterans I wanted to trade. I guess I could consider Christian Kirk at this point. Obviously, the rest of the year, we're going to be struggling up front with the issues all along the offensive line. We have 2 starters currently out. Left tackle Deshaunte Nolan's going to miss a month, so it's a chance for some young guys to get some playing time. Nolan's actually only missing a week, but Strojny's going to miss 4 games because of the bye week. But I don't think our offense is really going to be doing well this year. We just need a lot of work now. There's also Danny Shelton I could consider trading, and I like the signing of Shelton, but obviously he's a veteran, he's not in our future plans, so maybe I'll trade one more player. Wow, I was thinking this would go through easily, but sometimes the trade system is strange. I was just trying to trade for this linebacker, Stephon Sutton, because I think that if we want to move on from Parker Wood or bring in somebody else, like, he would fit perfectly. Good speed, block, shed, tackle. I think he has like 3 down linebacker skills. It's looking like his overall is weighed down by the intangibles, but I see a really talented player here I'd love to bring in. They're actually going to make me give up a lot to do it too. That's weird. I should have traded these guys just in Houston. This would have been a whole lot easier. There is always Christian Kirk, and they are looking for a wide receiver. I could imagine Christian Kirk feeling like that Kenny Stills or that deep threat role in the Saints offense. They've always had a deep threat there. I remember Devery Henderson shredding defenses for big touchdowns. Kirk could fit that perfectly. They're not interested in Christian Kirk at all. It says here they need a wide receiver. Maybe he's not their kind of receiver, a scheme fit. I'm not sure what they're looking for. I'm guessing Thomas is either slot or possession. I don't know. I thought they'd like Kirk. They must really like Sutton. They know, like me, that he's really talented and has a lot of potential. I just think the game's trade system is weird, where I can get like a 2nd round pick for a veteran, but I can't get a backup caliber linebacker for a 77 defensive tackle that they're really interested in, and a 4th round pick. I suppose he's a rookie. I didn't notice that before. I try to keep the trades mostly reasonable. I know they're not always that way, but he is a rookie, so I'm guessing that there's added value to anybody that's a rookie. So let me find the new destination, hopefully, for Danny Shelton and maybe a player to get in return. I don't always want to get picks. Sometimes I want to get a player that I can immediately begin to develop. Hey, look who it is! Turner Latsko now with the Buccaneers. How's he doing this year? Well, he's only allowed 1 sack, apparently. He must be having a very good season in that case. Let me see if he's starting every game. Yeah, he definitely is. He's played 6 games at least, and he's only allowed 1 sack. I'm looking for a young nose tackle to add to the roster, and the Raiders have 3 young defensive tackles, so maybe I can get one from them. Perry Whiteside is the one that I like. He is a run stopper archetype, very strong, high block shed with some pass rush in there, and he's not slow by any means. He's not a typical nose tackle, but it looks like he would fill that role really well. It just takes way too much to get these deals done sometimes. But hey, I got a 4th round pick for Danny Shelton. I'd just love to be able to pick a player right now and at least develop him over the course of the rest of the year. I think that'd be really fun. What if I brought Jabril Peppers to Arizona and I could do it right this time and not move him to running back and waste his career like in the Browns rebuild? He actually has a lot better ratings here in Madden 19, so he's actually a safety, but I saw he also has a 4-year contract currently, and he's 28, so probably not going to make the move, but it was intriguing. I think I'm content though. I already got 3 picks for next year, so let's continue on now with the season, with the players that we have, and see if we can develop anybody or find some players for the future. I hope we can on defense. Is there a defensive tackle that should get most of the playing time? See, the guys that we have are really more pass rushers than run stoppers, and with our run defense struggling the way it has, and Iwabima hopefully being a cornerstone and obviously being our worst run defender perhaps, we've got to get somebody young that can actually plug the run. So we are going to sign somebody, and we're going to get Rashad McWilliams on the team. 85 strength, 84 block shed, 82 power move, just has really low intangibles, and he might not develop very far, but we have the roster spot, so let's get McWilliams on the team. Let's also get a fullback on the team, a true fullback, Darius Whitehead, 71 overall. Welcome to the Cards. Oh, that's right. O.J. Howard's deal is up after this season. He's another veteran I could consider trading. Like, obviously in the position we're in, all these guys could be considered. Not trading Buda Baker. I want to re-sign him. As a matter of fact, I'd like to re-sign him right now. I've loved having Buda Baker on this team, and we'll have to work on that offer as we continue. Jaylon Smith, I still want to stick with him. Although 4 years is maybe a little bit more than I'd want. Still, middle linebacker is a cheap position in Madden. This is $5 million a year. It's really reasonable. and he still wants more. But then there's O.J. Howard, who is really good. I don't think tight end is super important in the type of series that this is. I know that we had Trip Beckett do well, and even his best season wasn't like huge in the Browns rebuild. Howard's been really good for us. It would hurt to let him just go. I mean, we have cap. We need to spend it on somebody. So I might be willing to maybe even tag O.J. Howard, but that means I couldn't tag Phelps. I don't know. I don't want to just scrap everything, especially because rookie tight ends coming in, like those classes, you know, can often be terrible. So let's at least check the tight end class that we have this year. And if there isn't a valid replacement, I'm probably just going to try to keep Howard. I do think in some cases it is okay to overpay players if it means that you won't have a huge hole at a certain position. And when we look at this class, like the state the roster's in, I'm not getting a first round tight end. When I got Trip Beckett, I'm pretty sure that was a luxury selection. Now there might be a good tight end here like Taven Atkinson. He's the only one I can really know much about at this point, but he's a 5th round prospect. I can't trust these guys to actually be great, and knowing that none of them are vertical threats makes me think their speed is probably not that good. Therefore, O.J. Howard is the player that I'd probably be okay overpaying. Patrick Peterson, I'm not going to trade him. I just want to let him be a career Cardinal, hopefully, and not have him move on. Plus, the ratings are still, you know, manageable if he wants to get on the field, or needs to at some point. Congratulations to McWilliams. He goes from being a free agent to an NFL starter, but don't worry, I'm going to have somebody else be the 3rd down pass rusher. I just wanted to have someone that's a better run stopper there instead. So Pryor is going to play. He played a bit last season, really close to his next upgrade. Let's see what Jomon Pryor has done so far in his career. 3.5 sacks last year, 1 this season. And if we check out the general tab, we see that the snaps played this year. I just want to get his rate of sacks. So he's played 54.6% of the snaps that he did last season. And his sack rate is obviously, you know, lower than that 54%. So he's not as productive this year if that's the way you want to base it. So if you really wanted to break it down, you could say that he is 28.5% to last year's sack total, but in 54.6% of the time. So less production this year on a per snap basis. And that's kind of the way we have to do it here in Madden. Obviously, you'd never want to just scout that way in real life. It'd have to be way more advanced, but it works for us. But hey, get some sacks or somebody else might get a turn like Antoine Knight. And then I'm also going to have Jose Hayes play here at right outside linebacker. We'll see what he can do. But there's also Julius Hollier here. I'd love to find a way to get him on the field. And he has that 84 finesse, good athlete, and you'd hate to not find out what he could be. He was a 3rd round pick a couple years ago, so I should try getting him on the field to actually find out. I'll move him to one of the rush end spots as a backup. If you're wondering, I've been sitting here in real time for over 40 minutes, mostly looking at just low rated players. So sometimes these episodes can get a little long in the recording. There's no detail too small for me to get emotionally invested in, I guess. Well, we lost our 3rd game in a row, 27-21. We actually broke out of the teens today at least, so that's a small win. Lester Phelps had a very good day despite being under a lot of pressure and being sacked 5 times. This is the kind of stat line I just hoped we'd see on a more regular basis. Running the football, David Johnson, the revenge game. Man, we should have watched this one. But Johnson scores, Lemon 3.8 a carry. I really hope I don't mess up this entire Jason Lemon thing. I mean, I feel this was not quite a Perry Cummings situation, but very close. And I wonder at the end of it if I'll have made the most of it, or if I will have squandered this opportunity with a young star running back in the making, potentially. Isaac White, 2 touchdowns. Howard with 72 yards. Parker Tate. Hope he gets to 1,000 this year. Want to get him some milestones. Martavis Caldwell receives his first career touchdown. So some good stuff there on the offensive side, but defensively, obviously not enough. We do get a sack from Jomon Pryor and Jalen Gram. Bosa getting some good pressure. Not bad. And Aaron Howell picks off a pass. took that thing 20 yards. Frank Hynoski. Oh, wow. There is a potential late round gem. Robert Dunlap out of Oklahoma. B power, B block shed, C plus pursuit, and maybe in the 4th round, he could be yours. Unbelievable. That's a player we got to get on this team. Oh, hello. Randomly found a 6th round right end prospect who's more of a defensive tackle with B power moves. We got to find some gems like this if we're to turn this thing around fast. Budda Baker really deserves all the money that we have for how good he's been throughout this series. So we upped the bonus, we upped the salary, and Baker will stay in Arizona. 91 overall, one of the best players we've developed in this series. And we guaranteed Jaylon Smith would stay here for another 4 years. So that'll eat into some of that future salary cap. And yeah, it might be a little risky paying these veterans. Not everybody can be a rookie, unless you just really want to be terrible, but hopefully we still get some good play out of these two. You're under 500 right now, and you've watched this team struggle through the first half of the season. Turning it around as soon as possible has to be the mindset now, doesn't it? Yes, as I traded away 3 players, I am certainly gearing up for a playoff run. Where's the response that lets me just say, just have some respect for the process? I'll go with this one, though. Absolutely, I believe this team is better than their record, but if we're not, then there's going to be changes. Which is kind of, I'm not sure that's the right route to go, but there's kind of no winning scenario here. So we get less popular with every loss and hardly get anything if we win. Really, the reward from winning is not getting the negative effect. Okay, if we can't beat San Francisco, the problems might be even greater than I thought with this team. We do get back in the win column as San Francisco had only 254 yards of offense and only 90 rushing yards, 164 pass. Lester Phelps, 1 touchdown, no picks. Sacked again 4 times though. Jason Lemon, 3.5 a carry. Outperformed by Nick Chubb. OJ Howard, 41 yards. Caldwell's getting a bit more production now. Nothing too big. I thought as a deep threat, his production would be in the form of big plays and not 9.4 a reception. Brackenridge did not have a big day against us. Finally, ASJ scores. Would prefer that touchdown go to somebody who could use the development, though. And then defensively, we had Bosa sack, Garoppolo, and that was it. Ah, yes, 4 upgrades. Let's go Titus Green. Obviously, the offensive line is a concern. I'd love to develop Green. It's just we need better production soon, like right now. And at 75, 76 overall, it's really hard to do that. So Green, 82 strength, which is only okay. Probably not going to guarantee him a long career. 62 awareness. Obviously, power is what holds him back. He is a scheme fit at the moment. Let's upgrade power. He becomes a 76, still a scheme fit, and 1 awareness boost, and some blocking ratings. That's good. Lester Phelps, 24 years old in a contract season. 87 throw under pressure is one of his best traits, including that 92 break sack. But his accuracy, has been inconsistent throughout his career. Strong arm is the archetype of choice. However, I feel that his short accuracy is too low to ignore. So let's go field general. 81 overall. And that 2-point awareness boost is nice, but no short accuracy. At least our best offensive lineman is getting a little bit better. It's Isaiah Wynn, one of my best acquisitions in the series. Let's upgrade his finesse. Agile archetype. 89 overall. And a good run block finesse bump. Hey, Jomon Pryor did get a sack recently, so he's going to get another upgrade. Pryor, 84 strength. Good power moves for him. And I think we'll go with his skill of choice, power. Maybe sneak a block shed in there, and they did. And strength, and tackling. So his pass rushing really didn't improve much there. That was all run stopping, really. I'm used to these receiver classes being really OP, and there's still some good receivers in this class, but to have no first round prospects, this is uncharted territory in the recent era of Maddens and this whole scouting system. But all the players I'm scouting have really good potential. Take Pierce Hamilton here, a 4th rounder. B+ release, B deep route running. I mean, I don't need to find another deep threat. I just like to scout scheme fits and hope I find, you know, the right fit that maybe has a chance at high development. And they seem to be all over the place. All I'm gonna say is things get pretty interesting at this point, getting to 5-5. Like, we're in the playoff hunt at this point. And look what we just did to the Packers. 152 yards of offense. That's almost nothing. So Aaron Rodgers is gone. Nice to see the Packers with a bad quarterback for once. Alexander Anderson picked off twice. 7 of 18, sacked 4 times. Now that's beautiful. Lester Phelps, meanwhile, 2 touchdowns, no sacks, 1 pick. Jason Lemon, I need more yards. I just want more yards, man. Nick Chubb gets a better average. Martavis Caldwell had a 23-yarder. That's not exactly a deep ball, but he got 81 total. Howard found the end zone. White scored as well. Jason Lemon scored in the air. That's pretty cool. So are you going to tell me after all that we've done this year, there's a chance we could be headed to the postseason? Now, obviously, we have a lot of work to do, but we just won 2 games in a row. And look at that! I signed them, and they pay me back with interceptions, which is a currency to me. I could bring back Strojny right now. I almost never do this. High chance of re-injury on that broken toe. We're playing through it. Let's get to the playoffs now. We're 5-5. I've never had a player play through injury before. Hooray, we get to upgrade the backup quarterback, who has not been very good in the games that we have watched. Field general upgrade for him, and the accuracies get better all the way. Martavis Caldwell, the deep threat, getting some more chances at the moment. That short route running is really low. Catching is not great, catching traffic. Yeah, this skill set might never get all the way there, but if we can just get him solid, that would be great. I think that we're going to go with slot for him. Maybe get short and catching up. He needs both. Caldwell with the boost. Catching traffic and catching in medium. And backup defensive tackle Jalen Mcneil. That strength is very low. Probably not going to be developing Mcneil into a core player at any point. But that's a really good role, getting the 4 pass rush upgrade. Isaac White's turn to upgrade as he is about to enter the regression zone here in Madden. Hopefully we can keep him around and effective for a long time. I'd still like that short route running to get better. So let's go. Possession could probably do him some good. Please get short route running. That's a lot of stuff. Speed? I got speed up for him at 28 years old and trucking? Like, that's not a normal role, right? Like, I just got probably a low percentage, I think. That's really good. Run blocking got better. I'm gonna have to check out those supplements that he's been using. Guys, we just won again against a 7-win team. We're officially above 500, winning our 3rd game in a row. Lester Phelps, touchdown plus a pick, and we sacked Brian Thompson 5 times and never got sacked. Are you kidding me? What's going on with this season? This season's everywhere. Will Wade, I missed the Will Wade game, I'm sorry. I wasn't planning on watching a game today. I was planning on going to the off season. But things are happening. Isaac White scored a touchdown today. We got sacks. Jalen Gram, 2.5. What's going on with our Cardinals right now? I love it. Fully recovered Jared Strojny. So it looks like bringing him back paid off. He did not get hurt anymore. Hey, that's cool. You know, it might just be that I've scouted the right players, but I'm finding this class to be very deep. The value in this class at variety of positions, wow. We're talking 5th rounders like Deontay Combs with 2 key traits that are B- or better. We have B finesse moves here for Sherman Quaistra. We have B+ releases in the 4th round for speedy receivers. This class has some value everywhere you look. Oh, except at free safety, of course. That position is awful this year. Thankfully, the strong safeties might be a little bit more promising. Maybe I'll scout all of them, and maybe only a couple are really draftable. I'll check on Lerone Bird and Desmond Franklin later, but I don't think a 6th-round safety is necessarily going to fix stuff for us. We did not beat the Patriots. We blew a 17-0 lead. That puts us at 6-6 though, better than I thought we'd be at this point. And Nick Chubb, wow, 2.6. Lemon had 4.8. Did Lemon get hurt? 4 carries is not typical whatsoever. Sharp had more than him. I'll have to check on that. Gronk is still playing, 14 years in. He has to have like 68 speed. Nope, he's got 77. But he's still a pretty average tight end. His career is still holding up, even at 35 years old. And I'd say that he could still maybe go for a while. Look at all these numbers. This is really remarkable for such a long stretch of time. Antrell Massey gets an upgrade, the young safety. He's the rookie, and he has 80 zone coverage. I still want to work on that zone a bit more, so up to a 74 you go. And please give me good zone. No. All right, well, that was actually a pretty fun episode. I am going to stop it here. We are 6-6. There is a chance we could be going to the postseason, and our last 3 games are all in division. I would say, though, our chances of making it are pretty slim, especially because we'd have to be the 6th seed if the Seahawks don't get worse suddenly. And we have some competition there, but if we were to win out to go 10-6, then very likely we could get a wild card spot. But we are going to actually watch a little bit more of the action here. I'm not sure which game exactly I want to watch. Maybe I sim the Rams game, watch the Seattle game, and sim the next 2 next episode. Let me know if you'd rather watch the Rams game or the Seahawk game. I suppose I could sim all these, but I would like to get a little bit more action on the field. We've only watched, I think, 2 games this season, and I like to get a little bit more just to watch the players and evaluate them a little bit. Okay, we have watched 3. I think 4. Watching 4 a regular season is a decent kind of setup. Maybe less if it's a worse year, and this year I'm just not sure how we're going to end up. Could be 10-6, could be 8-8, which I kind of thought we were an 8-8 team last episode. But we're going to end the episode there. 3/4 of the way through the season. Average offense at 15th, and the defense is 8th. Pretty good, especially with all the trading I've done and moving around players. Lester Phelps, 17 touchdowns, 7 picks. Not stellar by any stretch, but he also has dealt with a weaker receiving core than in most of his seasons and a weaker offensive line. Jason Lemon, just not having a good year. It's just not a good start to his career at all. Receiving wise, Isaac White, 66.3 a game. And Parker Tate, his average went down quite significantly today, so hopefully that picks up. Martavis Caldwell, though, is catching up. That's great to see. Also, this is pretty interesting. Titus Green has only allowed 3 sacks in 808 snaps. He seems to be doing an all right job. Maybe he's actually a better pass protector this year than run blocker. And defensively, Budda Baker has 4 picks. Aaron Howell has 2. Joey Bosa, 10.5 sacks. Jalen Gram is right there, though, at 9.5. What's his career high? I think it's 7.5, if I remember correctly. And I was wrong. Well, he's steady. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. I know I definitely did. I like going through all the details and everything, and then just seeing how you think things are going to go a certain way and they end up going in a completely different direction. I haven't really checked this stuff out lately. Selling those Austin Safarian Jenkins jerseys, though, and they're apparently a hot item. Christian Kirk. Okay, he has like 6 catches this year. Buy the Jaylon Smith jersey. All right, that's going to do it for me, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did and subscribe to the channel and leave your feedback below in the comments. I'll see you with more cards rebuild action soon. Have a great day.